The video opens in a way that instantly makes viewers uncomfortable, not because of what is shown, but because of what is heard. In the background of a live stream, a toddler can be heard struggling to breathe. His cries are sharp, frantic, and broken up by heavy congestion that sounds more severe than a simple cold. While this is happening, the focus of the live is not on the child at all. Instead, the mother is visibly irritated, snapping back at viewers who are expressing concern. Rather than responding with urgency, she dismisses them, insisting that people online are doing too much and trying to diagnose her child. The contrast is jarring. On one side, thousands of people hearing what sounds like a baby in distress. On the other, a parent more focused on defending herself than addressing what's happening behind her. What makes this moment so unsettling is that nothing dramatic needs to be added. The audio alone is enough to raise alarm bells. The longer the live continues, the clearer it becomes that this isn't a brief coughing fit. The child continues wheezing, gasping, and crying, while the argument with viewers drags on. This moment sets the tone for everything that follows, because it leaves one unavoidable question hanging in the air. If this is what people are seeing on camera, what has been happening when no one is watching? As the live stream continues, the situation escalates, not because the child's condition improves, but because of how it's handled. Viewers flood the comments, urging her to check on him, to pause the live, to make sure he's okay. Instead of acting quickly, she pushes back, insisting there's nothing wrong and claiming the cough is fake or exaggerated. At one point, she finally gives him medicine, but the relief people expect never comes. The coughing, wheezing, and congestion continue, and the baby's cries grow more frantic. What shocks viewers most is the casual way the situation is minimized. Rather than acknowledging fear or uncertainty, she treats the concern as an attack. She even suggests the symptoms are normal and possibly related to vaccines, brushing it off as something that will pass in a day or two. The narrator emphasizes how unsettling this moment is because it shows a disconnect between what viewers are hearing and what she insists is happening. The audience isn't reacting to rumors or edited clips. They are reacting in real time to a child who sounds like he is struggling to breathe. This section keeps viewers locked in because it feels like watching a crisis unfold without intervention. And the longer it goes on, the more people begin to wonder whether this moment alone could trigger serious consequences. As attention grows around the live stream, people begin connecting it to a larger pattern that goes back to the child's birth. The narrator explains that this is not the first time concerns have been raised about the child's well-being. From the moment he was born, there were allegations of medical neglect, including missed appointments and delayed procedures. One of the earliest controversies involved a hernia surgery that was reportedly postponed multiple times. According to people close to the situation, those delays weren't caused by medical advice, but by lifestyle choices. The father of the child publicly expressed frustration, claiming the baby was in pain while appointments were skipped. At the time, many dismissed his comments as bitterness or clout chasing. But now, in light of what viewers just witnessed on the live, those older accusations are being re-examined. The narrator highlights how public perception begins to shift when isolated incidents start forming a consistent pattern. It's no longer just one bad moment on camera. It's a timeline filled with missed care, ignored warnings, and repeated excuses. This section deepens the story by showing that what people are reacting to now didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of months of unresolved concerns quietly stacking up. Things take an even darker turn when alleged medical information begins circulating online. The narrator carefully explains that while the source of these documents is disputed, their impact is undeniable. The reports claim the child may be dealing with multiple developmental and neurological challenges, far beyond what viewers initially suspected. Conditions are mentioned that raise serious questions about prenatal care and early intervention. Even more alarming is the suggestion that some of these issues could have been preventable with proper treatment and monitoring. The narrator also explains why many people misunderstand how child protective services work. Contrary to popular belief, CPS does not automatically remove children after a single report or even after positive medical findings. In many cases, children are left in parental care while investigations slowly unfold. This detail frustrates viewers, but also explains why action wasn't taken sooner. The idea that serious warning signs may have existed while nothing visibly changed only fuels public outrage. At this point in the video, the tone shifts from shock to concern as viewers realize the situation may be far more complex and far more serious than a single viral live stream. Eventually, the situation reaches a breaking point. According to the narrator, what finally triggered a response wasn't just one complaint, but a flood of reports combined with disturbing visual evidence. Images allegedly showing the child in pain began circulating, along with claims that his medical needs were being ignored. These reports were sent directly to authorities, forcing them to respond. The narrator explains that this moment is crucial because it marks the shift from online outrage to real-world consequences. For the first time, the conversation moves beyond social media debates and into official channels. Viewers who had been watching this unfold suddenly realize that the stakes are much higher than internet drama. This isn't about cancel culture or gossip anymore. It's about whether a child is safe. The build-up to this moment keeps viewers engaged because it feels like watching a slow-motion collision finally make impact. As investigations intensify, voices from within her own circle begin speaking out. Former partners, acquaintances, and even people connected through church settings share accounts that contradict her public statements. One ex claims the child cannot walk properly due to a lack of therapy and consistent care. Another describes moments where the child was injured and left unattended. These aren't anonymous trolls. They are people who were physically present, and their stories line up in troubling ways. The narrator points out how damaging this is because it removes the ability to dismiss criticism as hate. When people who once defended you start speaking out, it changes how the story is received. Viewers begin to question how many warning signs were ignored and how many chances were given. This section adds emotional weight by showing that concern for the child is no longer limited to strangers online. The video concludes by stepping back and asking the questions everyone is now thinking, but few want to say out loud. If all of this has been happening in public, what responsibility does each parent bear? Why did it take a viral moment for serious action to begin? And at what point do excuses stop working? The narrator doesn't tell viewers what to think. Instead, the story is laid out clearly, leaving the audience to wrestle with the implications. The final moments emphasize that this situation isn't about internet sides or fandom loyalty. It's about a child who cannot advocate for himself. The unresolved nature of the case keeps viewers thinking long after the video ends, which is exactly what makes the story so powerful and so difficult to ignore.